Hello there YouTube, I'm Wheelchair21 and on today's rolling review, we are looking at the Bandai Tamashii Nations S.H.Figuarts Ultraman Orb Orb Origin, which is pretty much a Figuarts release that I didn't expect us to get, but probably due to the fact that Ultraman Orb was a freaking popular Ultraman series, they struck while the iron was hot and was like, hey, Orb just ended, and so did Orb Origin from Amazon Prime, so we're releasing both versions of it. One that you can only get through Amazon Japan, and one that is a regular retail release, which is the regular series form. Now, Orb Origin is Orb's true form, before he eventually had to take on the form of Spatium Zaperion to maintain his ultra-rise, ultra-live form. And honestly, the box art is really nice and great, where we see the figure or figure art on display here, really nice, really cool, with a nice rainbowy-esque like pattern, aquaic, and very unique, honestly, for the overall design. And then on the back we have basic, promotional artwork to show what this figure can do. And so let's get this bad boy out of its box. We have the interior packaging where we have our basic figure, our optional color timer, 4 pairs of additional hands, the orb caliber, as well as an optional removable deactive elemental plate that goes into your orb caliber. Now the elemental plate, as one can see, features fire, water, earth, and wind. So let's get this figure out of the full packaging now and go into its overall articulation and the amazing details that it has. Alright, here we have Figuarts Ultraman Orb Orb Origin out of the package, and one can see it is a very interesting Ultra. It is a very unique freaking Ultraman due to the fact that the series itself is unique, due to the fact that he is silver, red, and black, and he is the definitive version of technically our Ultra until you go watch the Amazon Prime series. Now, the one thing I really do love is the fact that it tries to capture quite a bit of the overall design that we see first incorporated from Spatium Zaperion, since it was more like they reverse engineered this Ultra, where they had his base multi-forms and then was like, oh no, this is his true form, where there is resemblance of a regular Ultra like design in the overall head sculpt and, suit design, and then you have elements to, Tiga and the original Ultraman. I really do love how he has like these black slacks or like strides down to make like shorts in his overall suit. I love how the red comes in as like nice highlights around the lower half of his legs and where his boots would technically be if he was wearing boots, as well as the red in his breast and arms. Like, it's really nice and really good. I like the black accents, and I think it really makes the figure stand out and the overall suit stand out, especially due to the fact that when he's, in his human form, he is Guy Kurenai, a badass Ronin-like cowboy dude, portrayed by Hideo Ishiguro, who was formerly Kai from Kamen Rider Den-O, which was one of the marketing points for the entire series, was the fact that they technically got, an actor from one of Toei's more favored Kamen Rider series to be their protagonist. Now, honestly, the points of articulation are pretty basic to most figures. We have hips, we have an actual thigh swivel, which is kind of hindered just a little bit because it's a little tight. We have nice knee joints, really nice. They move, they glide real nicely. We have a double-jointed ankle, one where it can swivel on the foot or on the actual ankle joint itself. It can go up and down, and we have a toe joint, which the toes are very, very nice. They are a little bit too loose, in my opinion, but, it's better than having some of the other figures I've had, which are too tight. Still, same leg, or I should say opposite leg. Same points, though, no difference. Have your abdomen crunch. You have 3 segments. You have the crotch, you have the lower abdomen, you have the pectoral region. You have your shoulders, which move really good. Like, these shoulders are freaking enjoyable. They moved better than my own, honestly. We have our double-jointed elbows, and then we have our wrist joint where you can swivel and rotate your hand whichever way you freaking want. You have the other arm, you have your other elbow, you have your other hand. And then you have your color timer, which is one of the easiest color timers to remove in an Ultra thus far. Like, this is so easy to remove. It's incredible, and I enjoy it. And it's probably the best one we've ever had thus far, aside from X's. Like, I just like the design of the orb, circular, like, arrow. It's just awesome. I like it. And the head, really good for when he has to do his flight poses. Honestly, this figure does have incredible points of articulation, and I feel like they've overall adjusted and fixed a lot of the problems that we've had thus far with some of the earlier Figuarts for Ultras as well as Ultra Acts. Like, I feel like just being a part of the Figuarts line make Ultramen so much stronger and much more durable than the weird, wobbly, freaking Ultra Acts that we had. Now, for the Orb Caliber, it is really awesome and unique due to the fact that we find out that this was his original Henshin device before he actually got the Orb Ring to, you know, fusion rise and then become his actual Spatium Superion form, and then he needed the actual Orb Caliber to, you know, reactivate or unlock his true potential and powers. The fact that it has a trigger on it goes real well with the fact that it is supposed to be a Henshin device as well as able to use different elemental attacks, fire, water, earth, and wind. Now, the way to actually replace and move your disc to make it look like it's been selected or rotated is pretty cool. Like, the fact that you can just pull it right out of its socket is good. I think it's really great that they have it that you push out and then pull. I like it. It looks good. And I think, like, you can pretty much just change up how you're supposed to do it, or just change and turn whichever way you need to, depending on how you want to insert it. Or you can just, like I said earlier, remove your blank plate to properly activate your elemental attacks. But overall, it's, you know, simple, very easy, and just kind of basic. The only thing that kind of sucks is the fact that there are no energy effects like other Ultra releases thus far, so he kind of just comes pretty naked with a sword and the overall figure and additional pieces. It's evaluation time, and for my final evaluation, S.H.Figuarts Ultraman Orb Orb Origin is a wonderful Figuart. Now, I will reiterate, it is a bare-bones kind of figure due to the fact that it's just the basic character as well as his basic accessory in the Orb Caliber. Honestly, one would expect it to come with maybe a few beam effects. However, most of those were then shot off into the Amazon Prime exclusive version of Orb Origin, the first for the Amazon Prime series, Ultraman Orb, the Origin Saga. Now, in Japan, it's easier to pick up both of these figures than it is in North America due to the fact that we're only technically going to get, I think, Ultraman Orb Orb Origin distributed here by Bluefin Tamashii, whereas the first version is not going to be distributed. But I still intend to try to get my hands on one nevertheless. But, like I was saying, with it being a very bare-bones figure, I don't expect a lot of people to go out and immediately buy this thing at retail, but I do kind of say that they should, especially if they really love Ultraman Orb. Ultraman Orb is a very good show, which one can watch on Crunchyroll, and I do enjoy the hell out of it. It's probably one of my favorite Ultraman series of all time, next to the original Ultra 7, Tiga, and Gaia, as well as Mabius. There's a few others in there that I do enjoy as well, but Orb really stood out in the more modern age, most likely due to the fact of its lead actor, Hideo Ishiguro, as well as, I think it is Takuya Iogani, who played Jugless Juggler, who is also getting a Figuart in 2018, and I do have it pre-ordered, so expect a future review on it in February, because it will be released towards the end of January of the new year. Anyways, though, I do recommend that people get it, whether it be at retail, discount, super sale, whatever you want to do. Just go out and get this figure if you love Orb Origin, as well as the series Ultraman Orb, and go watch it on Crunchyroll. That's all I can really say. Nevertheless, if you enjoyed this review, check it out here on my YouTube channel or at HeroClub.com, as well as follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And I'll see you all next time with possibly more Ultra-related reviews or Bandai-related reviews here on my channel, coming soon.